Tonight, scandal. Front of Fix the Country conveners broken amidst allegations of partisan manipulation and monetary considerations that has forced a key convener to announce a breakaway.
Individuals who intend to have actually construed Fix the Country as yet another political cash cow. The Fix the Country conveners platform no longer offers a conducive environment for honest and credible mobilization. The selfish interest of some appears to be driving the movement to what we feared the most, namely, that the hard work of the numerous activists will be cultivated to the benefit of certain partisan political forces.
So, what happened to the people's movement that emerged on social media to hold the political class accountable? We have details.
This is Top Story with Evans Mensah.
And Top Story is always brought to you by Vodafone. Together we can. It emerged on social media as the ordinary man's reaction to perceived failed partisan political leadership, demanding accountability from the government for the governed. Now, hashtag Fix the Country became a movement, manifesting in street protest and forcing government to pay attention with a raft of concessions designed to appease the disillusioned, largely youthful population. Well, tonight, that movement has been hit by a scandal. A co-convener of the Fix the Country movement has today announced it is breaking away. They level a pile of serious allegations against conveners of the movement, including being remotely manipulated by partisan political interests, selfish and cash considerations. The Economic Fighters League say they can no longer be part of a movement that has lost its credibility. Ernesto Yeboah leads the league. He's been addressing the news conference.
When we invited you here 2 weeks ago, it was to announce that the Economic Fighters League will participate in the 2024 general elections by offering our platform and support to candidates we consider credible enough to represent the burning needs of the Ghanaian people. We remain a movement and not a political party. Our interest is to ensure that a credible alternative to the MPP-NDC duopoly is created, allowing the people to reclaim their power, even as we create new structures under a new constitution that operates in the interest of the people. In furtherance to this objective, we have invited you here today to inform you and the general public that the Economic Fighters League is no longer part of the Fix the Country conveners. Emphasis on the Fix the Country conveners. This decision was not taken by leadership lightly.
He then levels a series of allegations against the conveners that he says explains the decision they've taken today.
The hard acquired, proven, and sustained integrity of the Economic Fighters League dictates that we are ready to partner or work with individuals, organizations, or groups only and only if our objectives will not be betrayed. Individuals who intend to have actually construed Fix the Country as yet another political cash cow, like we have seen in the past, must rethink. Fix the Country belongs to the people of Ghana, especially the youth, and we will make it remain as such. Sadly, the Fix the Country conveners platform no longer offers a conducive environment for honest and credible mobilization. The selfish interest of some appears to be driving the movement to what we feared the most, namely, that the hard work of the numerous activists will be cultivated to the benefit of certain partisan political forces or interests. Our independent thought is gradually being replaced with remotely controlled thinking, and accountability levels are falling worryingly. The people's movement is being lost, and we have a duty to safeguard it. Like so many of our fellow conveners, we have put everything into this, and I mean everything, and so cannot and will not be complicit in actions that will compromise the people's revolution. We are adamant that the efforts to liberate Ghana from the stranglehold of the false republic remains centered on the Ghanaian people and the fight for economic democracy. Fix the country is a call to duty, which we at Fighters affirm is in consonance with our objective of economic democracy for the people in their lifetime.
So that is Ernesto Yeboah there. He also announced that in the 2024 elections, their group will now be fielding parliamentary candidates.
We continue to champion the mobilization geared towards the dismantling of this rotten system, but are also aware that even as we address the abolition of the rotten foundations, that is the 1992 Constitution, we must also urgently work to reclaim power for the people. We cannot effectively dismantle the rotten system without preparing the people who will be custodians of the new one. This is one of the reasons why Fighters, on the 1st of December 2021, declared our intention to facilitate the building of an alliance or coalition with individuals and or organizations with a shared objective of reclamation of power for the people of Ghana. In this regard, we are ready to field fix the country parliamentary candidates to hold the fort in parliament as we carry on with our fights in the streets to restore the hope and dignity, the clarion call of duty to restore Ghana.
Well, joining me on the telephone line right now is Hadi Yakubu. He is with the Economic Fighters League and joins us on the line. Hello, Hadi. Thank you for your time here on Top Story. Hello, Hadi. Okay. We'll also be joined shortly by Professor Ranford Jampo on this matter. What can I tell you? We can tell you that we've also been speaking with the other conveners of the Fix the Country movement, and they also have their own counter allegations against their co-conveners who've tonight broken ranks with them. They insist that they had issues with what they believe to be their decision to become either a political party or a political movement, which they raise concerns with them on. Hadi Yakubu joins us on the telephone line right now. Mr. Yakubu, thank you for your time here on Top Story.
Hello, Evans. Good evening.
So, just before we came on, we've been speaking to your other conveners. They say to us, and on the back of that last sound clip we heard that, your announcement that you will be facilitating, in fact, fielding parliamentary candidates. They say that they had actually reached out to you to ask for clarity on that because that's not what the movement was about, and that is what has sparked your decision to break away, because you still wanted to pursue this political agenda, partisan political agenda with fielding candidates for parliament, which was a part of the original agreement, and that is the re-raising, and not because of remote manipulation and the other allegations that you leveled today. What's your reaction to that?
Thank you very much, guys. And then, who did you talk to?
Well, I can't tell you that, but I can tell you that we've spoken to a few of the other conveners who make that point to us.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, We had a press conference today, and at the press conference, we announced our decision to withdraw as conveners of 50%. I noticed that you use the word breakaway. This is not a breakaway. You can't break away from something that you were some part of creating. So this is not a breakaway. This is basically withdrawing as a convener, which means you no longer take part in the decision making at the convener level.
I mean, Ernesto Yeboah, the press conference was explicit that this was a breakaway from the Fix the Country convention.
Part of Fix the Country co-convener, and this is the directive. So it's different from, there's no breakaway. We have maintained that Fix the Country from the beginning. We have more around the principles and the feelings.
I mean, Hadi, so I'll come to what he said exactly, but let's go to the substance. He levels a series of... Okay, we have a terrible connection to him. Let's possibly get him back on a better line, so we could hear him, because they've been Professor Ransford Jumpo with the University of Ghana Political Science Department. He joins us on the telephone line. Prof, thank you for your time here on Top Story.
Hi, Evans. Thanks for having me.
I wonder what your reaction is to this development. And I mean, when the Fix the Country movement emerged on social, they will not be part of it anymore because they believe they've lost their credibility. What's your reaction to this?
Well, I am not too surprised. Many groups have been formed to champion the concerns of political parties and hence got their leverage and influence out. Fix the Country movement looked very promising. It's the only group whose single activity, in my view, shook the foundations of. I counseled some of their leaders to remain neutral, even though I know that the political parties would seek to infiltrate their head has been cut off. I mean, the rest will be roped. So it's unfortunate that there is. I don't know whether it's a break. Your producers told me that Ernesto Yeboah has announced a breakaway absence, tried to reach him to find out what really the situation is, but his line is not going through. So it would be unfortunate if there is a breakaway. But
so what they announced is that they are conveners. They are co-conveners of the Fix the Country movement, as in the Economic Fighters League. Henceforth, going forward, they are no longer going to be part of the conveners. And it is really about the allegations that they put forward. In fact, Hadi Yakubu joins us on the telephone line to clarify those allegations. Hadi, are you with me?
Hello, Evans.
Yes. Hadi, to the substance of the allegations which form the basis of your decision to move away from the conveners, some of them are pretty serious. You allege that... what's the basis of these allegations?
Yeah, Evans, before I come to that, I think I was addressing an issue when the line got back, and I was saying that I don't know the brother on the other line, but he used the same word that we used, breakaway, and I think I need to correct it, that there's no breakaway. This is basically withdrawing from one of the structures of the country, which is
yes.
We are no longer part of the conveners, which means we don't participate in the movement that we believe in. The principles are principles that we helped shape right from the beginning.
So you mobilize around the hashtag, but you were no longer part of the structure that had the conveners, one of which was yourselves. You're no longer part of that.
Absolutely, that is what. Because I mean, if I'm sure you are privy to 1st December, which we wanted to make it very known. We intend to do a big coalition of very
I'll come to that. I'll come to the announcement.
Some of these things.
I'll come to the announcement shortly, Hadi. But I want to get to some of the the substance of the reason that led to your decision today. You made some allegations today against basis for those allegations.
I don't know what you haven't analyzed and haven't worked with our co-conveners from the beginning. Fix the country up to this point. We've achieved a lot together, and we've done a lot together, and made Fix the Country basically the household name that it is today of popular cry among the people. At this point, however, we've reached a point where structure doesn't any longer offer a productive
specific, because you said
mobilize.
Yeah, your group
so
said
these are the issues.
Yeah, I mean, Hadi, just a second. Let's be specific, Hadi. Let's be specific. I mean, there are specific allegations you made. I want to quote for you what was said at the press conference you called today. You said that sadly, the hashtag Fix the Country conveners platform. Hadi, are you with me?
Sure that is making everybody poor in this country.
Hadi, I'm going to ask you to pay attention to the question because it's important. You made allegations at the press conference that I need you to clarify and provide the evidence if you have, because these are very serious allegations you've made. You said that sadly, quote, the Fix the Country appears to be driving the movement to what we feared most, namely that the hard work of the numerous activists will be cultivated to benefit certain partisan political interest. Our independent thought is gradually being replaced with remotely controlled thinking, and accountability levels are falling worryingly. The people's movement is being lost, and we have a duty to safeguard it. Those were your words today, Hadi.
That they have made their interest. You know, we have been in this country. We've been in this country. We've seen the likes of CJ. We've seen AFAC. We've seen Occupy Ghana. Where are all these people when the ordinary Ghanaian is facing serious hardship in this country? We need voices. So we cannot allow the two political parties to continue to have their field day in citizens' movement that seeks to raise the genuine issues of the people. And we have made it very clear that as Economic Fighters League, we've been mobilizing and organizing around these issues since our formation in 2016, and that is now what we wish to continue to do. No longer under the conveners umbrella of Fix the Country.
Did you hear my question, Hadi?
Fix the Country.
Hadi, did you hear my question?
Already made mention of.
Hadi, are you pretending you're not hearing the question, or you simply don't want to answer the question?
Evans, can I make my point?
Yes, Hadi, hold on for me.
Are you hearing me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Hello, Evans.
I can hear you. Can you hear me, Hadi?
Yes, I can hear you.
Did you hear my question to you?
What was your question?
I'm gonna read to you exactly what you said today at the press conference. You said, again, the second time I'm going to read that, the Fix the Country conveners platform no longer offers a conducive environment for honest and credible mobilization. The selfish interest will be cultivated to benefit certain partisan political interest. Our independent thought is gradually.
Okay, I don't know if you were able to hear what I said just before, but what I was saying is that if we talk about the fact that the conveners platform is no longer conducive for the sort of mobilization that we've been doing and we hope to continue to do towards the near future to to replace this rotten system with a system that works for all, then it is important for us to disengage from that platform. And I was explaining earlier the issues of environment for conducive environment for honest and credible mobilization, which lend itself to all voices that are necessary to bring down a system that does not favor all. Now, the issues that we've raised, and these are issues that we do not intend to bring individuals into the conversation. It's about the principle of mobilization and the principle of organization. And with our sound ideological background, we believe that from now going on, it will be more productive. It will be more productive to do our mobilization and organization within our institutional structures, rather than the umbrella of the convener platform of Fix the Country. Okay. That does not mean that we no longer believe in the principles underpinning Fix the Country, because these are principles that we've helped shape and made everyday conversations.
Okay, Hadi, stay with me. Let me bring in Prof. So those are his explanations. I'll come to that because there are individuals in the conveners whose reputation are at stake here, because people have been, nobody's name is mentioned, but conveners generally. But having heard the reasons, Prof, what do you make of the reasons that they've just articulated?
Well, first of all, I don't know why he's shying away from describing the move as being a breakaway. Withdrawing from the parent structure as conveners, but they don't want this to be described as a breakaway. I think
Prof, can I explain to you?
Enough. Please, I want to make
Hadi, please allow him to speak, yes.
Okay, I wanted to just offer a short
just allow him to, yes. Prof, go on.
I think that if they've been able to take this bold decision, then they should be men enough to speak to the decision and to defend it. But to engage in semantics, I think, creates an impression as if they are afraid to stand by the decision that they themselves have taken. So for me, it's a straightaway breakaway, and it's unfortunate that it has happened. But, we cannot swallow hook, line, and sinker the reasoning given by them until we get the opportunity to speak to the other side of the group. We are not sure which particular political party has infiltrated the group. It could be the NDC, given how they infiltrated previous groups and then used that to do their bidding. It can also be the MPP, given the high rate of co-optation among senior media practitioners and other voices of reason. And so we are not sure. He's not telling us which particular political party has infiltrated their.
Can I respond?
But the most important
just hold on, Hadi,
is that we should be able to listen to the other side of the group as to what their responses could be before we can be able to make a statement or analysis of what we are saying.
So Prof, so we have this movement that many ordinary people believed in, right? From purely a political communications organizational point of view, where do you think this leaves this whole Fix the Country movement that a lot of people I know, independent-minded guys, wanted to join?
Well, generally, as I indicated earlier, this was a group that was so promising, and I said a single activity of them shook the foundations of our entire government. And so I knew they were going to be a force to reckon with, but at the same time, like I said, along the way, I cautioned some of their leaders that to be able to remain a force to reckon with, you should try as much as possible to ring fence yourself from partisan influence. To the extent that some people are alleging that some of them have allowed political parties to infiltrate their camps, and so they want to break away. It suggests to me that the future of the group may be bleak, like all other groups that have been formed and were hijacked by political parties.
Thank you very much, Prof. Hadi, there are very specific questions that you are begging with this statement that you issued today. You say, namely, that benefits setting partisan political interests. Which political interests and which members of the conveners were you leveling this at? Hello, Hadi.
Yeah, Evans, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Can I take 30 seconds to just clarify issues that the prof
30
was
seconds
asking?
strictly, yes.
Okay. So first of all, I don't think this is what you call shying away from the decision. Clearly, somebody who takes a decision organizes a whole press conference to announce it and appears on a nationwide radio station to talk about it, cannot be said to be shying away from it. But be that as it may, why is the word breakaway politically incorrect to use here? Fix the Country is not a group. It is a legalist movement that people from all walks of life. We have what we call conveners. The conveners are individuals, while Economic Fighters League was the only organizational convener. And Economic Fighters League has been in existence for years, even before Fix the Country came into being. So,
okay, I get a picture there, Hadi. I get a picture there, Hadi.
It's basically a part of what Economic Fighters League
I get a picture.
You cannot break away from something that you've created.
No problem. I mean, if you choose not to use breakaway, it's your prerogative. No problem. But the thing that you can do is you have a group of conveners, and we all know who these conveners are. The identities are well known. You say you no longer want to associate with the conveners, but then to leave in your wake serious allegation of political influence, possible use of cash influences, people being remotely controlled. There are people's reputations at stake. You must have a basis and evidence that supports these allegations. Other than that, you are not entitled to make them.
Evans, I think you've misrepresented what I've said. I never said that we no longer want to associate with the
conveners. You're not part of the conveners.
I said we're no longer part of the conveners.
But if you're not part of the conveners, you're not part of it.
No, it is a specific platform of individuals.
Let me use your words. Let me use your words. So let's argue about the semantics. Let's use your words. You're no longer part of the conveners.
Yes,
my question. Let's go to the substance of my question. I take your word. I take your description for it. I take your description. So you are no longer part. Hadi, I agree with you. You no longer want us. Not fine. So you are not part of it. Answer the question for me. You are saying that the other conveners, there's a possible partisan influence there, that people are being remotely controlled. Who is that partisan influence, and who are these people who are being remotely controlled?
Yes, I'm telling you that what we've done is to make sure that we do not make this a personalized matter. It is based on principle.
But you don't acknowledge that you are being unfair to your other colleagues.
You need to stick to the principle and understand that in the recent history of our country, we've had these.
Yeah, Hadi, we've had the recent history. You've told it, but when you say that the group, and you're talking about convener that you're not really part of, and you leave and say that there's partisan political interests and people are being remotely controlled, You don't think you're being unfair if indeed your objective was not to malign anybody?
No. There's no objective to wrongly malign anybody.
But when you leave these allegations,
the issue here is that we do not want to be in an environment, a working environment that has become unproductive.
Okay. Hadi, thank you very much. In fact, we understand that there's possibly going to be a statement from the other conveners we know within the Fix the Country conveners platform. Some of them are very well known, outspoken individuals we've spoken to who have taken they're not taking kindly at all to some of the allegations that have been leveled, and we expect to hear of them soon. I want to hear from you, by the way. If you're one of those who believed in the hashtag Fix the Country, and of course the subsequent, it's a manifestation in the conveners, etc. What do you make of this development tonight? 055-1111-997. Coming up on Newsnight tonight.
Novak